Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about my favorite light ever, the Nanlite Pavotube. Today a new version was released of the original Pavotube, so we're gonna take a look at it and see how it compares to the older version and see if it's worth buying. Let's get started. So if you ask me what's the most versatile light I've used over the last few years, shooting short films, music videos, product videos, I have to answer the Nanlite Pavotubes. I bought the first version of this light ever since I started shooting product videos from home, and I used it on almost every single video. Sometimes even that was the only light I used. So if you're starting out and don't have any lights yet, this might be a good option. But what makes this light so special that I love it so much? Some of the things I loved about the original one, that it was battery powered. I can just move it around the room because I had a really small room to shoot in, so it was easy when you have a battery powered light to just move it around. Then I like that it's RGB. It didn't have any effects in it, but I still could use the color to highlight some of the features of my product videos I shot. And the third thing I love about this light is it also looks good in the shot, so you can see it in many music videos, but I also used it in product videos to just put it in the shot, and it also looks good. So when you look at the lineup of Pavotubes, unfortunately I don't have the original 15C or 30C right here. The 15C and the 30C were the original Pavotubes, and this version that came out today is an upgrade of the original version. There's also the Pavotube 30X and 15X, which is a more high quality version. It has pixel effects in it, so you can control the individual pixels, and it has a more sturdy build. Okay, so this is the bag you get. There's a Nanlite logo, it's a nice bag, and then there's the PavoTube II 30C on here, the writing. And then I got the 4-tube version, so there's 4 compartments in here. For all the lights, they're like nicely tucked away. And if you open this up, you can just take the lights out. It's ready to go. And in the middle compartment, there's your every light comes with a charger here. And then there's also these brackets you put around the light, and you can close it, and it has a 1/4 inch on the back, and you can light them to any light stand or like C-stand. And then this is also really handy. It goes through the light. Let me grab it. So it goes through the light here. There's these hooks, and then you can just close it. If you don't have a lot of space, you can just hang it from the wall. If you don't, there's no stands involved, or you don't have space for stands, and then you can obviously put one on the other side, and you can just like hang it, which is a really nice option to mount the lights. So yeah, this is the bag. It's really nicely, everything is kind of tucked away. And it's easy to stay organized, which is really important, and you don't lose anything. The upgraded version has the same length as the original one. There's a 15C version, which is 2 foot, and then the 30C is 4 foot. Even though the upgraded version is the same length as the original one, they made these ending cups here shorter, so you get more illumination surface on the LED strip. They also changed, I think originally it was like 6 buttons here. They only have 2 now. And they kept the knob design. A lot of people love those knobs because me actually too. And then I can adjust the intensity and change the settings on these knobs. And what I love about this is sometimes I use it for product videos. I just want to like gradually increase the brightness, and it's really hard with the 15X or the 30X version. There's like buttons you have to do that. With the knobs you can do it really smoothly and can just dial it in for how you want it. So if I want to reveal something on a product video, I just use these dials and I turn them at the same time I move the light, and it's a really cool effect that I use to reveal stuff on my product videos. There's also a slide switch now to turn the light on and off. A lot of people were complaining about the rocker switch, which can easily be turned on and off when it's in the back. So they replaced it and listened to the community with this light switch here to turn it on and off. So what other upgrades did they make from the Mark I version of this light? They still kept the more plastic version of the original one, rather compared to the 15X here, which has a more metal build. As I said before, the ending cups are a little shorter, which gives you more illumination surface, which makes the light approximately 10% brighter than the original one. There's also the option to lock all the settings if you want to keep them in place and not that anything gets, because these dials also can maybe easily be like turned. So if you just want to keep it in place, there's the option to lock the settings on the light. There's also the option to charge it via USB-C here. There's a little port here you can update the firmware in or charge the light. I actually tested it and it actually works. And Nanlite claims this is the first light or first 2 or 4 foot light that can actually do that, charging via USB-C. If you want to sync multiple lights together, I've seen that a lot in music videos. There's of course the option to have the DMX RDM control here, right here. It also still has the hexagon shape, which I actually really love. Sometimes I want to place the light on a table or on a surface and it just stays in place to however angle I want to get the light on the stuff that I'm filming. One of the things that was not as great on the original light was that when you turn down the intensity a lot, you can see the LED pixels really shining through the light. It's definitely improved on this light, so the diffusion is better on the LED pixels. I don't know if you could see it when I take a video of it, but the more high-end version, the 15x or the 30x, has way better diffusion and you can't see the single pixels when you have a low intensity of the light. It's definitely improved on this light, but I can still see a little bit the different pixels if you turn down the intensity. So if you want to have the light in the shot and you don't want to see the single pixels, I would say get the higher end version with the 15x or the 30x one. Another upgrade from the original version is that it comes with 15 effects now. The original one didn't have any effects. It has like a fire effect, a fireworks effect, a hue loop, and a bunch of other stuff. It doesn't come with the pixel effects though that the higher end version, the 30x and the 15x have, which is really cool for like music videos and stuff like that, or you want to have the pixels move across the tube. This light can't do that. If you want those effects, you want to go with the higher end version of the lights. So is it worth to get these new PavoTubes? I would say if you don't care about pixel effects and don't care about non-metal housing, more like a plastic housing, then I would go for these lights. There are definitely some good upgrades to the original version of this light that makes it worth the slight price increase. They added some more brightness. The light is about 10% brighter. Then you get 15 effects that you didn't have in the original one. And a bunch of new stuff that makes the light using easier with the knobs turning, and you don't have to have 6 dots where you want to change the parameters, which is nice. And then the USB charging is also handy if you want to shoot out more outside the studio. So that is it. Thanks so much for sticking around until the end of the video. I hope you learned something today. As always, a free and easy way to support the channel is hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed, you might consider doing so. I'd really appreciate it. If you have any questions, shoot me a message on Instagram at sebpicmedia, and I'll see you in the next video.